Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. Right, now ignore a lot of the stuff we said in the last video, at least concerning our character and all that kind of thing that we made. The reason for that is when I got started playing this is because this right now is the second time I've tried to record this. When I got done creating the character last time, I went ahead and I played some of the campaign, that character, and unfortunately, because of the latest patch by Paradox to this game to make it the game compatible with the Old Gods DLC, in this update they've changed like a heck of a lot of stuff into the game. Balance-wise and stuff like that, and it really threw me out of kilter for a while, and I couldn't quite figure out how to do a lot of stuff. In particular, there was one little problem in that the Paradox have changed the requirements for usurping or creating a duchy from having to own 50% of the provinces needed to do it to 51% of the provinces need to do it, which might not seem like a big difference, but it really throws out of kilter the entire playstyle, at least for me, for when you're playing as a count in this game, because it makes it much difficult for you to ascend to become a duke after being a count, unfortunately. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to change the date. We're going to go to 1066, just after William the Conqueror has conquered England and he's in charge of England. And the reason why I'm doing this is because in 1066, the 26th of December, most of England is ruled by William the Conqueror. However, the bits that aren't ruled by him and that he has vassals for are almost entirely made up of counts, except for two dukes, which exist up in the north here. Those being the Duke of York and the Duke of Lancaster over here. Well, sorry, Hereford apparently, but it's in Lancaster, so it's basically the Duke of Lancaster. Now, I intend to play as the Duke of York in this scenario, which is interesting because it'll put us in a very unique and actually quite powerful position without being so overpowered that we don't have any room to, you know, start off small and then grow, essentially. So I decided this is actually a pretty cool way of doing it. But choosing a start point as well was a bit awkward as well, because in the latest update they've changed a lot of what the start points look like as well, because originally, this 1066 December scenario looked a lot different from this. There wasn't just two dukes in the north. It was quite different indeed. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make a new character like last time. It's probably going to be very similar to the other one. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. We're going to play as the Duke of York. So let's go ruler designer. Ethnicity, Anglo-Saxon or Norman, or I'm gonna go with Anglo-Saxon. I don't know actually. This is the thing: if we go Anglo-Saxon, our subjects in our towns and stuff will like us more. But if we go Norman, the nobles will like us more. So I'm gonna say that basically this chap is a where the hell's the Latin gone? There it is. This guy is a Norman minor lord that Duke William of Normandy, now William the Conqueror, has basically decided to put in charge as the Duke of York in the north to replace the Saxon guy who was ruling previously. So that'll be us, essentially, I guess. So let's not waste too much time on this, but beard. Let's be a beardless wonder. Why not? Yeah, that all seems fine to me. Cool. The little ring thing around her head there is a little sort of circlet type thing that dukes get to wear. It's kind of like a crown, but for dukes. It's kind of neat, I guess. Right, coat of arms. I'm probably going to go with the same as last time, honestly. I really liked that coat of arms. I thought it was awesome. But first, I'll make that plain. I don't know, that's kind of cool. I made that, and I make that white, and then make the emblem the dragon. That's kind of neat, I suppose. What else is there? Yeah, oh, that's alright, I guess. Maybe. Might say this is a waste of time, but honestly, since we're stuck with this little sigil for the rest of the game, we might as well make it look good, right? Maybe? No. That's the one we had last time. We could go with half and half like that. No, those just look weird. Well, I'll tell you what, actually, that thing with the tree looks kind of cool. Where's it gone? There it is. Get rid of the emblem. Go away. Don't want an emblem. We have a tree instead. Be gone. Can I even get rid of the emblem? Go away. Thank you. See, that's kind of neat, I guess. Does that even have a third colour? No. Kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones, that does, for some reason. It reminds me of Winterfell. I wonder if I could swap the other... No. I can't just have a white tree on a black background and pretend to be Gondor, no. No, apparently that's not going to happen. Oh wait, there we go, yeah. Picking a burgundy tree or a red tree. It's kind of gruesome, actually. I meant to make it. Yeah, there we go. That's kind of cool. Actually. Nah, I think I'll go with the dragon. We'll save that for another time. Oh Christ, what am I doing? Oh, that's kind of cool where you can make it go like that. Huh. Yeah, anyway. Emblem... Dragon... Oh, I don't know, that thing's kind of cool, whatever the hell that is. It's a griffin, isn't it? A red griffin. You know what, I kind of like that. Yeah, let's go with that. Red griffin on a black background. Awesome. Right, anyway, so... Dynasty. Tynedale. It's not too bad, I suppose. Of East Anglia. Wow. Of Lancaster. The House of Lancaster. That'd be kind of cool. I could make it in just the House of York. Like in Richard III. That'd be kind of neat. Northampton, Lockhart, Derby, Leicester, Vicar, Spencer, Bacon, the House of Bacon. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I shouldn't laugh. It was probably a serious name back in the day, but still. The House of Bacon, House Flambard. Slee, Lockhart. House Lockhart, now that's kind of cool. Oh no, those are friggin' Saxon names. We don't want that. We want a Norman name. Latin Norman. Gilbert, Giffard, Berold, Adam, William, Lambert, Arnold, and Foy. Herman. Well, Herman Lockhart. Tybalt. Yeah. Norman! Wow, Norman is a Norman name. That's sweet. Anselm Robert Lockhart. That's kind of awesome. That's got a ring to it. Alright, cool. Right, let's just breeze through this crap. Great Eminence or Charismatic Negotiator. Tricky decision. I'll go with Charismatic Negotiator. Alright, same as well. Wounded. I'll have that. Lunatic. That'd be great. Stressed is a funny one, and depressed as well. Like, depressed, if you have that, if your character becomes depressed, there's actually an option in the game. You can just have your character commit suicide, which is totally hilarious. Like, I don't know if there's a specific way you can try and get your character to become depressed, because I bet that'd be a hilarious way to get rid of a rule that you just don't like playing as. Just have him commit suicide. Oh dear. I don't want to be excommunicated. Fuck me, no. Hunchback. Yeah, we can go with that again, I suppose. Yeah, why not? Temperate or patient. Yep. Proud. Well, where are you? Proud. That's a good one. That gives you plus 0.5 monthly prestige, which is a huge bonus, even though it doesn't sound like a huge bonus. So I definitely want that. And someone said I was going to go with gluttonous. I might still go with gluttonous, but someone said, in fact, yeah, screw it, gluttonous. Someone said lustful is a good one to have, because it gives us extra fertility, which makes us more likely to produce kids. So I'll take your word on that, whoever it was that said that. So yeah, now we've got a whole fuck ton of negative traits, so our age is back down to 16. Now I'm going to give him some cool ones. He's already got patience, so let's give him genius. Still 16, Christ. What else can we give him that's cool? Charitable? Diligent? Ooh, diligent's not a bad one. It's kind of a temporary thing though, isn't it? Nice to have something that passes down. Kind of ambitious. That bumps him up to 36. No, perhaps not. We could start this guy off at 16 just as is, and then maybe alter some of these manually. Actually, yeah, fuck that, we'll do that. Intrigue, diplomacy, we want loads into those because they're really bloody useful. Wouldn't mind some stewardship as well, that'll give us some money. Oh wait, maybe lower that a little bit because we're... I can't lower learning anymore. 25, that seems like a reasonable age to start off with. Cool. Duke Robert Lockhart. House Lockhart. That's fucking awesome, actually. Yeah, that's cool. Let's go with that. Go. And hopefully we haven't accidentally created a character that everyone hates, because that can happen sometimes. I did a custom King of England once who was just loathed by his vassals and lasted all of about 5 minutes before being deposed in a civil war. It was quite funny. So, yeah, here goes nothing. Play. Initializing game, adapting history. Here we go. We're in the game. The game is paused. This is a real-time game, by the way. It's not turn-based like Total War or anything like that. So, just so as you're aware. Hold on a second. I'm just going to move my frame rate counter somewhere less obtuse. There we go. Open the message log because we'll probably need that. Just close it for now. Right. Okay. So here we are in the Kingdom of England. Crusader King 2 is its a signature awesome soundtrack is playing in the background. I freaking love this game's soundtrack. It's one of my favourites of all time. You've probably heard a lot of it already if you watch my Oblivion Let's Play, so because I put a lot of the music from it in that. So anyway, let's go to direct vassals view so we can see where we stand. Right, we're pretty well off, honestly. We control a lot of the north. We are practically the Eddard Stark of England right now. We control York, we control Westmoreland directly as well, and we also have two vassals in the form of Prince Bishop Aethelwyn of Durham, who doesn't like me very much, and Count Ozelf of Northumberland, who really doesn't like me very much, so we'll have to do something about that. Because he could get really uppity and start deciding he wants to become the Duke of Northumberland. So I might have to occasionally bash this guy on the head or find a reason to imprison him or something, if he gets too unruly. But let's try not to let it come to that. I'll see if I can butter him up a bit first. So anyway, at the top here we've got a few concerns that need our attention. So apparently I can press de jure ducal claims. Apparently I can press a claim on Leicester. I can't declare war on him because the crown authority is too high. William the Conqueror is not going to tolerate his vassals warring amongst one another, unfortunately. Oh, and we've got a claim on Cumberland as well, because apparently that's part of our de jure area as well, but that's currently controlled by the Scottish, unfortunately. Although that might change pretty soon, because I think one of the first things that England often does in this scenario is immediately declare war on Scotland to get Cumberland, so... If so, that could be kind of cool, because we might get given Cumberland by William the Conqueror over here, or he might just give it to someone in his realm, in his court, that he needs a vassalage. So we can press claims on Leicester and Cumberland if needs be, apparently. We also need to pick up an ambition, which is basically just a goal for our character to achieve in his lifetime. You can have multiple of these, and you can cancel them if you don't like them anymore. So, Duke Edwin the First of Hereford is apparently our heir, because we don't have a wife or any kids at the minute. So, for some reason, our realm is defaulting to this guy as our heir instead of the king, strangely. I don't know why that is, although I don't know if maybe it's because I think the original guy who's the Duke of York in this scenario is actually this guy's brother, so I don't know if the game has gone like, oh well, he should still inherit York, even though he shouldn't, because I'm not related to him in any way whatsoever. But anyway, Duke Robert cares not for such frivolousness. Right, so we'll pick an ambition for him. We can become Chancellor, become Marshal, blah 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 blah. These are all like positions within the King's Council. The King has a council. I have a council as well, but the King has a council, kind of like the small council in Game of Thrones, and I can have him as my ambition to become one of his councillors if I want to, but I'm not going to pick that. It's very likely I will get put on his council, either as his Chancellor for diplomacy or his Spy Master for intrigue. But I'm not going to do that. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. Screw it, yeah, we'll go become Chancellor for now. We'll get a little bonus to our diplomacy if it succeeds, so, you know, I'm all for that. Duke Robert the First of York. Now, we need to be on the King's side, really, for now, in most things, because being the only Duke, and being the Duke with the largest chunk of the realm aside after the King himself, he's going to be keeping a close eye on us, is old William down here. And his opinion of me is already -1. The opinion in this game runs from -100 to +2, +100, so with the 0 being kind of indifferent. So he's basically indifferent at the minute, but yeah, I'm not happy with that. I want to be in his good books. Because he could very easily just say, right now I'm stripping of your title. You're not Duke of York anymore. You're just a count or something, which I don't really want, to be quite honest. Vassal inheritance warning. There are vassals with worrisome lines of succession. On death, their titles might pass from your realm. Baron Oswald of Richmond. Baron Oswald. Barony of Richmond, right? Yeah, so we have vassals in the form of the counts under our control. This bishop, for example, and Count Ozulf up here. But we also have vassals in the form of people who rule the settlements within our provinces, because each province has a bunch of settlements in it, as you can see, these things. Now, for example, in York, you have York itself, which I rule directly, myself, but I also have the Bishopric of St. Peter's, the Barony of Richmond, and the City of Scarborough, each of which are ruled by a vassal of mine. So, you know, this is what, say, Barony of Richmond is ruled by Oswald of Richmond, Bishopric of St. Peter's is ruled by Bishop Stigand, and Scarborough is ruled by Mayor Inwar. So, yeah, apparently the Baron of Richmond... no. Though this is the building screen, you can build buildings in your settlements as well to increase their income and that kind of thing. But apparently the Baron of Richmond has worrisome lines of succession. His heir is Morcar Elfgerson, who is the heir to the... hang on a minute, what is he? Heir to the Duchy of Lancaster, so yeah. I think this guy might have... yeah, he's the Duke of Lancaster and the Duke of Hereford, so I did wonder about that. So basically, this barony here will pass from our realm if this guy doesn't get married and making children really soon. So I'm going to mark him as a person of special interest, just so we can keep an eye on him and such. In fact, I'm going to do that with the king too, for that matter. There we go. And they'll appear at the side here, which means we can quickly access them if needs be. Oh, and you too, mate. Anyway, so, Oswald of Richmond, let's see if we can't find your wife. Arranged marriage. You can marry one of my courtiers, Busilla Godgifu. Wow, she's 64 years old, maybe not her. Right, Busilla, you're up. Propose that Busilla and Baron Oswald get married as a courtier. Busilla would gain 0 prestige from marrying into the House of Richmond and 100 from marrying a baron. So she'll get a nice little prestige, little bit of prestige. Not that it affects us at all, but you know, still. And apparently they'll say yes. So yeah, there we go. Send. Enjoy. I gave you a wife. Now like me more. As a matter of fact, let's check on our vassals. Yeah, their opinion with our vassals could honestly be better. It's probably because, yeah, foreign conqueror. Yeah, so I'm a Norman and these guys are Saxons, and therefore they are not particularly pleased with me. So yeah, it's not so great because I'm a foreign conqueror in addition to a foreigner. You can see there. So we've got some work to do, basically. Does this guy have an ambition? No, he doesn't. Damn. If he had an ambition to become married and we just fulfilled that, that would have been brilliant. He would have liked us a lot more. But anyway, what else needs our attention? Ruler is unmarried. Yep, I'll do something about that. Title loss and succession. Yeah, I know that. And no heir of my dynasty. Yeah, I know that. Right, cool. Okay, so there we go. House Lockhart. There we go. That's the family tree, if you like. Currently it's empty because we're the first founding member of House Lockhart. So, we're very much like Lord Baelish in Game of Thrones, I suppose, because we've founded our own house, if you see what I mean, because there's no one else in it other than us. Still, it's got a prestige of 30 because we hold 2 duchies and 2 counties, because, yeah, apparently we have the Duchy of Northumberland as well as the Duchy of York, which is kind of neat. So that's not bad, starting off, having accomplished nothing other than existing. We have 30 prestige. That'll grow, because every time a character dies, his prestige and piety, which is another score up here, which is basically how religious you are, they get added to your overall score, and at the end of the game you get a scoreboard with the real life noble houses like Plantagenet and Capet and Habsburg and stuff like that, and you can see how you compared to them in terms of score. It's pretty neat. But anyway, let's see what we can do then. What's top of our concerns? You'll notice I've not unpaused the game yet because there's just a lot of stuff to do when you immediately start off. Let's see what plots are available to us. Fabricate a claim on the Kingdom of England. Good grief. Yeah, so if we wanted to start a war and try and become the King of England, we could try and fabricate a claim on the throne, if you like. Do a Renly Baratheon, probably get murderized because we're just one duchy, whereas we'd be against everyone else unless we get people on our side. We could fabricate a claim on the county of Lincoln. Where is Lincoln? There. We could fabricate a claim on the county of Leicester and one on the Duchy of Lancaster. That'd be a neat one to have, actually. I'd consider doing that, but I don't know if we can get anyone to back us. No, doesn't look like it. Nobody wants to help us. So plots in this game are ways, it's basically things you can start to get, the ways of getting stuff that you want aside from more general approaches like declaring war or something. It's kind of, it's a good way of doing things. However, it relies on you having a good reputation with people, and we kind of don't at the minute. Hence, nobody wants to help us fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Lancaster, and I imagine probably nobody wants nobody wants to help us become king either. Oh, one guy does. Ildebrando, the mayor of Ilchester, apparently would like to help us become king of England. Screw that. Wouldn't mind fabricating a claim on the county of Lincoln, though. Let's see if that can be done. Oh, one guy will help us. 2 guys might help us. Ildebrando again. And other people, we can potentially, like this guy, we might be able to actually convince to help us if we send him gifts and things, and this guy as well. So it's not all over if nobody wants to help you. You could try and convince people to help you by sending them gifts and things, but it's difficult, really. Meantime, I think I'll leave this ticking over, unless there's a different plot I could use that might be more useful right now. No, it doesn't look like it. Right, so no, not the Duchy of Lancaster. God damn it. Oh, the County of Lincoln. There we go. Alright, so, right, to get that, let's get that started by... You know, I won't invite anyone until we've got 3 backers. We need at least 3 in order to be able to actually try and fabricate the claim. And preferably we need more than that. We need 5 to get a 90% chance of successfully doing it, as opposed to a 60% chance. So, I'm not going to invite them to the plot just yet, because once you've invited them to a plot, there's a chance that they might accidentally blab about it to someone, and that will hurt your reputation. So until we've secured enough people that would be potentially willing to back us, then I'll start sending out invites, as it were. So, what else requires our attention? Nothing in the military bit. There's other event decisions we can do here, just pretty mundane stuff, most of it like hold a feast, invite a noble to court, go on a hunt, go to hold a summer fair, my indulgence for my sins, that kind of stuff. And then you get the more serious things like this fabricate a claim business. Also council, yeah, I mentioned this earlier. Every noble in this game has a council of his own. So the king has one which is made up of all his vassals, including me potentially, and I have one which is made up of all my vassals and courtiers, you know. So at the minute, what it'll do is it'll default to assigning each spot in the council to whoever's got the highest relevant skill for that position. So you've got the Chancellor, the Marshal, the Steward, the Spymaster, and the Court Chaplain. However, you can reappoint someone else to it if you feel like someone else deserves the post, or potentially if you want to butter someone up, because assigning someone a position on the council is actually it's a great honour. So it will increase their opinion of you, but it will tick off the guy who you just booted out. So it's politics. It's all bloody politics, basically. The best man for the job is not necessarily the best man for the job, if you see what I mean. So in any case, we can give these guys things to do. So for example, my Chancellor, who is a Prince Bishop, interestingly enough, and who doesn't particularly like me, I'm going to send him to improve diplomatic relations with my own vassals here in York, for now. I would like to do it with the king, but for now our own vassals are a bigger problem. Our Marshal I'm going to send to train troops in York. I'm going to send a Steward to collect taxes in York. Our Spymaster can scheme in York and try and uncover any plots against us. And our Court Chaplain can go and improve religious relations with the Prince Bishop of Durham over here. So because he's one of my vassals and a fairly important one at that. So okay, that's pretty much everything we need to do. So yeah, let's get this underway. Oh right, yeah, I should probably do something about finding a wife, shouldn't I? Really. So yeah, we click here, we can see a list of potential brides throughout Europe. Now, the thing about marriage in this game is you have to remember that it's the only way in this game to actually get an alliance with someone. So, on the one hand, you can use alliance, a marriage to get loads of prestige by marrying into a noble house or something, which is always good because more prestige is good. But on the other hand, you can also try and marry into, say, another duke and his family to try and get an alliance with him, which you can potentially use during some sort of civil war or whatnot. So, yeah, it's a tricky decision. I think for now, because there's no one really worth allying with, I'm going to just marry the most prestigious person I can find.